my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost.
Join us in the heart of personal transformation with Level Up Circle TV, your exclusive gateway to unlocking your inner potential and achieving extraordinary results. This TV show is your secret weapon for personal and professional development, packed with valuable insights, expert advice, and real-life success stories. Are you ready to take the leap and transform your life? Don't just watch, participate. Tune in, take notes, and then take action. The journey to your greatest self starts here. So, get inspired, get motivated, and get ready to level up. Join us and let's embark on this transformative adventure together. Click that remote and let's start making your dreams a reality.
Electric eyes, trick of the light.
Make sure that you guys are aware what's happening. Happy Thursday. Hello, everybody on YouTube. First of all, thank you guys so much. On the 9th, Tuesday, we actually hit 25,000 and I'm halfway to my goal and it's only January. So I really want to hit 50,000 by the end of this year in December. And my little youngest daughter, I guess she has so much more belief in me than me
on my own self. She's like, Mom, you could totally do 100,000 by the end of the year. I was like, ooh, I feel pressure. Too much pressure. Anyhow, I just want 50,000. I will put it out there. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. We have the best community ever, right? And we are going to talk about community a lot because it's super important when you're going through life, when you're going through adversity, when you're going through drama, mama, to actually have someone that has your back and you can talk to, not necessarily like give you the decision that you need to do for the rest of your life. It's more of like a board of directors for your life. If you don't have a board of directors for your own sanity, you're missing out. Okay. We need a board of directors for everything from law to mental health to just being a friend, to just someone who listens and not, don't give you advice, and to someone who gives you advice. And you can take that advice and throw it out, or you can take that advice and really think about it, right? Because time is money, and the fact that they're actually talking to you and giving you advice is amazing. So I wanted to um, do that today and talk a lot about community. And also, thank you so much for my TV network for showing me grace and giving me another show. And I'll be happy to let you know that I will have another show because I have an international brothers and sisters who's like, I can't do your 9 a.m. It's 4 a.m. my time. So I will go ahead and have a show at Sunday. On Sunday at 7 p.m. PST. So it should be around noon for Australian brothers and sisters. So keep that in mind. I will fulfill my vision this year and really focus on sharing my education, sharing me being a teacher and a professor to the world on things that I have learned, I have researched, and that I have helped my students in. If you don't know, I am a serial educator and a serial student. I am currently working full time. I also have another part time, and of course, running my business, running my live show, running my live stream, running my MP3, running an anthology, right? Running around, literally. But I'm enjoying every bit of it. It's not a complaint. It is to tell you that I am blessed. And if you're wondering, how the heck do you do that? I have people that will help me. And also, for this anthology that I'm going to share with you guys, actually is going to be an amazing anthology. But before I do that, I wanted to share this. See if I could share this with you guys. Are you guys seeing this in a minute? Give me a second. And I want to present this. Let's see if I can put it on presentation format. Because I want to introduce a little smiley face over there who loves his TP for whatever reason. I haven't yet sent him my Hello Kitty toilet paper. That's a special toilet paper that came from Japan. So I don't know if I'm willing to let go for his outhouse. I mean, look at his outhouse. Like, it needs some glitter. Like, it needs some pink glitter in there. Like, Mike, yo, we need to go fund me with that outhouse. That is so funny. Anyway, you guys don't know what it is, but you're like, CJ, what are you talking about? Mike will explain. Anyhow, we want good vibes. We want good energy. For goodness sake, it's 2024. We need good vibes, good energy, good project, and of course we'll have attitude because we're sassy people, right? It's part of us. But Mike Asherbrenner is the brainchild of Hounds of Business Community. I'm not going to explain it to you what it is because I want it from the horse's mouth, or I should say from, I'm not going to say it. I'm like, I'm going to get canceled. I'm not going to say it. He's going to say it for us. Anyway, so that's who you have for today. I also wanted to take my time to, oops, go back, CJ. Jesus. ADHD moment, guys. This is my sister, Susanna. And she has a meeting right now, so she's not out here. But she did came in early to leave me a love note. Check this lady out. Hello? This, all of these books literally is 2023. Two Cents on Self-Love, I was with her. That's international bestseller. Never Give Up. It was on her own. with another anthology. Rattled Awake was with us, me and my other sisters, right? And then, of course, her two solo books are Search for the Armor of God and Battled for the Armor of God. I will be selling her books on Amazon. So if you guys have anything for sale, I will be on Amazon Live. I don't know when yet because I got to explain myself to myself of how to do it. Because I just got invited. I don't know how that works. I'm just gonna tell you. If you know how it works, please help me, because I have no idea. But I want to highlight all of my people who owns a book. So this is the first one, and then of course the battle, right? And I also wanted to give a shout out because I'm going to two summits in 2 weeks. The first one is going to be a breakthrough summit where a lot of amazing people that's going to give you a breakthrough through their own mindset, how they went through it. Mine will be a topic of my ADHD and how I hone in my hyper focused, right, and my resiliency to basically create a project that went 41,000% on which is my YouTube channel. I went from 36 subscribers in April to 20,000 in December, and now I just gained 5,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Um, for the last 9 days. So I'm loving that. And this is an amazing sister because she is willing. I don't know if you guys have looked at how much books cost. It's $20,000. Just to let you that. Editing is about 10,000. Marketing is between 5 to 10,000. Okay, so I just want you to do that. And don't forget the cover page, the book cover, the uploads. It's gonna cost you between $20,000 to $25,000 to create your own solo book. Just FYI. And she is willing, okay, because we're heart centered, we're leveling up everyone. On January 20th, on Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. PST or 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. EST, she's going to help you not only do your own journey of how to upload your own book, but help you figure out how you could put your book in front of your buyers, right? And the details that she's gonna give you is literally this class is a masterclass, 5,000 bucks, and she's like her price. It's low, right? It's because we need to provide as much information as anybody who is willing to learn for themselves, right? So check her out. It's susannadawnwriter.com. If you are a Hounds, you will get a discount. So ask her directly through our networks and make sure that you ask her for the code. She's probably going to put it in there. But she is a busy lady, so DM me if you need more explanation or DM her directly, Susanna Dawn. Another thing is Beyond Boundaries, Thriving in Life's Gray Zone. This is going to be me first time publishing it on Amazon with an anthology. I have published in 2017 with my own dissertation. It was in the House of Congress already. And that was for HR because I did HR for a little bit as well. And then my second book that I wrote is it's kind of like an anthology, but it was in academic publishing in 6 different languages. Give you an idea, if you want to convert your book to a different language, minimum $10,000. We converted it in 6 different languages: Italian, Portuguese, German, I think French and English as well. And it's an academic publisher as well. So this book right here, really the anthology I want to do, Beyond Boundaries, is all about thriving in the life's gray zone. Think of it as a book of legacies that you're actually leaving your family and your great great grandkids on one adversity that you went through in your life that you learned so much about. Like when I was thinking about the Breakthrough Summit on the 23rd that I belong to, it's about breaking through. It's literally a little snippet of Beyond Boundaries. I have another summit with Healthcare Amplified. I'm also a speaker. It's going to be in Orlando, Florida, and I will be there. So if you're going to be there, see you soon. It's actually going to be on the 25th. Okay, so the 23rd is a Breakthrough Summit. That's online. That's free. On the 25th, it is in Orlando, Florida. It is for Healthcare Amplified. Go ahead and Google it, Healthcare Amplified, and you will be there. After this show, I'll put the link for both of the summits, including Mike's information on the YouTube description as well, so you don't have to worry about that. With thriving in life's gray zone, you're like, CJ, I just can't wrap around my head what I'm gonna write. Forget about everything else. Think about something that you went through and you wish someone told you how to do it. And you wish that someone was talking to you, or you could read a book saying, hey, shut your brain down. Believe in yourself more, right? Forget about all the noise in your head. But instead, you had to figure it out on your own, right? This is your chance to tell your story in the global scale of how you went through your own adversity and break through that. I crave for those lessons learned. I love learning. And this is why I'm doing an anthology for everyone. This anthology will be, I've seen a lot of anthologies from $500 all the way to $2,500. And most anthology will not have this much benefit, I can actually claim, because I will put you on the TV show, and I will also put you on my MP3 as well. So you'll get a global amplification of your message. And then last but not least is Danielle, my sister. She is basically specializing in simplifying the intricate maze of workplace challenges. So if you need HR people, go to my sister Danielle. If you don't know what it is, go to cmccorp.org. So are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Let me see. Mike, give me a thumbs up if you are. Okay. I guess it's ready. Are you guys ready? Ah!
Hello, CJ. How are you?
Good. I talk a lot, huh? But I love highlighting people. I love making sure that I cover pretty much everyone, and with our sponsors and things like that. But for those of the people who are, you've been on my YouTube for a while with live streams and things like that. But this one is not only on YouTube, but we're hitting millions of people that download our TV, because this also goes to our network. And so I really want to spend maybe 2-3 minutes explaining to them who you are first. Tell us a little bit about you and why you created HOB.
Real quick, thank you for the opportunity to be here. Love having you in the pack, the Hounds of Business, all the support, just amazing. So thank you all. This wouldn't be possible without everybody. And by the way, the GoFundMe, yeah, because oddly enough, I have Bluetooth in the outhouse, but not, yeah, the plumbing. So maybe I need a priority reexamination. I don't know. But yeah, it's real simple. I am the redneck financial coach. Yeah, it's not bad to say that, because we're just, again, down earth, down to home. That's just the way we talk, and that's the way we do. We're very simple type of people in the country, and we prefer it that way. So it's not derogatory. It's just hardworking people that just try to do the right thing, to be honest. And so the long story short, just so you guys get a feel for it, everybody's got that COVID story, right? Everybody's got that pivot story at COVID, and I'm no exception. And so when they told me during COVID I couldn't go out and play, well, I'm trying to expand my financial business, right? And that's what I do, go face to face. And so at 38, 39 years old, I had to go to social media, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I pitch slapped, and just spam people and didn't know what to do for a very long time. And I met a guy who just kind of opened the doors like Wizard of Oz. He pulled that curtain back, right? And he started talking about all the things that I just was craving to do, like building relationships, getting to know people, right? I was convinced if people got to know me, most of them, the right ones, right? The ones that are, at the moment aligned, would like me and trust me, and that would be all I needed to help them in the future. So I just ran around like, remember Chris Rock jokes about Zuckerberg building Facebook to make friends? That's exactly what happened with the Hounds of Business. This wasn't a business plan. It is now, but it was just going out there and finding other people like me didn't fit in. We were kind of struggling and trying to find our way. We connected, and amazing things, amazing collaborations had happened from that. And so we just kept running that wave, getting better together, stronger, filling in each other's gaps. And wow, over a year now, just a year, look what's happened. So, and now I'm on your show. I mean, that says it all, man. I am so excited. I'm like a kid waking up at Santa's workshop. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, y'all.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here. And if you hear a little snoring, I just can't. My bulldogs are nuts. They're always here, and there's two of them too. So they're always doing a duet on snoring. So if you need a professional help on snoring, I can probably help you because there's professional snorer over here. I wanted to welcome everyone here. Ollie, my brother Ollie's here. Danielle's here. Kinga, thank you so much. Kinga's going to be in the Beyond Boundaries. Ollie's going to be in the Beyond Boundaries book. Danielle is going to be in there. Susanna, Nick, Christine. I'm hoping Mike will, bring in too, because we need to know how does a leader of the business, Hounds of Business Adversities, how does he go beyond that boundary and thrive on that gray zone? So I can't wait. But let's talk about, now that you actually, no one really sees the hardship that we do behind closed doors. So I want to talk and about that on what does it do for you when you're trying to create a community, and there's always going to be that little drama complaint, right? Because I know I have it on mine too. How do you manage people's characteristics and likes and needs and wants and all the complaints it all at once?
Great question. And again, it's the positive. It's our intentional effort to look past those things and just try to look at the betterment of everybody, right? So here's been my example. I had met people over the years, especially in the last year of the Hounds, and quite frankly, some of them back in the early days, I didn't either really know if I liked them and they didn't know if they liked me. But here's the superpower behind it. I was able to, because of my own pain and my own experiences and having people have mercy and patience with me, I was able somehow to do that for others. So I had met people, I'm like, maybe they're just having a hard time in life. I think they're probably, really good people, heart-centered type of people. And so I just put them there. And then guess what? A couple months later, there we're aligned. I was able to share my story, help that person to that next level. So I think, there's a balancing act between doing what you need to do, right, as a leader and making sure things are in order, but also having extreme grace and compassion for others, right? Because when things happen bad to me, I'm like, oh, I want justice. But when I do bad things or things that hurt others, guess what? I cry. I cry mercy, right? So we were a bunch of, you know, friends that happen to become business and that attract business people who are becoming friends. That is what makes the Hounds unique because we are heart centered. But we're not the Hounds of leisure and hanging out singing kumbaya. We're the Hounds of business, dadgummit, and we mean business, right? So that's the appeal. We're not doing things that others aren't doing, but our collaborations and our heart that's involved and passion that drives it is really hard to find, right? It's just not common. It's really unique. And I attribute that to the diversity. So either diversity and all these leaders and countries and all these people we have, they can either be a benefit or it can be a hindrance. And I think that's the mindset. What is your intention here? Right? We seek to understand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's hard. And I think it was Stephanie Delfonso. She posted, are you a reactionary or a responder? And when I was thinking about my past and my story and my own issues, right? Because we all have issues and baggages. I've always been a reactionary. Believe it or not, I was in the principal's office when I was in elementary, always have with a black eye. I was fighting the boys all the time because they were the meanest to me. They would call me, I had long legs and long arms and I was super skinny. They're like, oh, you own a farm, but like they don't feed you. Oh, right, because you don't have parents. So you just came out of the bamboo shoots. Like they were so mean and rude. It's funny now, but at that time, it's like, you're already feeling abandoned and rejection. And then here you are being called that. So I think for us as leaders, right, when we call ourselves leaders, it's easy for us to really switch to being human and said, I'm going to react to that. I want revenge. I want justice. I want this, right? That's a reaction. That's normal. But if you want to lead with compassion and empathy, you have to try. I didn't say do because sometimes we can't, right? We can empathize sometimes and sometimes we can't. And we can't sympathize, right? Because we're not in that head, on someone's head. So what we do is we think about, okay, what do I know about this person? What is the possibility of them going through things? And the reason that they're acting this way, and this is not their norm. So we give them grace, right? And I usually give people grace. And I usually don't. When I was younger, I'd be like, one out, done, see ya, right? Like, bye. Um, but now I think more when I'm getting older as a business leader, I think about, okay, what is going through this person's life that they act this way towards me? And sometimes it might not be towards me, it might be something that I said that wasn't intentional, but they made them feel a certain way, right? The problem is the ego, though. They don't ask you, like, CJ, did you mean to say that? Like, I'm feeling bad because you said that. And they won't ask you, they just assume that that's what you are because they too are reactionary instead of a responder. But as a business leader of the Hounds of Business and we're growing it, it's important that everybody actually gets and accountable for their own actions, but also watch out for everybody and just call up everybody. Hey, seems like you're off a little bit. Like, do you want to talk? Right? Or, hey, it seems like you're gone for a while. Is everything okay? Right? And Dr. New, by the way, I just wanted to give a shout out to my sister. She's so amazing. She doesn't even
Yes,
know,
she is.
like when she's talking, she's centering me. And I'm like, oh, what would Dr. New say and do to me right now? Right, calm down, give forgiveness. And it's not for the other people that you forgive, it's for your own damn sanity. I'm sorry. Sorry, YouTube. I just said damn. But I don't want to be canceled now. I
They
just
don't
said
care.
that I just want to make sure that I'm sane and let go. Sometimes it takes me weeks, sometimes it takes me months, but I must be doing something good, Mike, because now it takes me days when someone bothers me. I'm like, okay, bye. But my retail therapy is bad, so I have to like control that side. How do you deal with it when you're like, I'm breaking down?
I mean, a lot of this is fairly new because when you start something new, when you have the courage before confidence to do something, I mean, this just happened organically. So then you can't possibly have every tool you need or experience you need to handle the next problem because you were stuck on this problem. So everybody that's watching can relate. Like, hey, I got past this problem. And some reason we think life's going to be perfect. Well, now you got a whole new slew of challenges that you have to overcome. So here's how I frame it. Uh, we suffer more in our minds than we often do in reality. And I believe that was Seneca or Marcus Aurelius. Yeah, I'm an ancient Roman buff. But here's how I do this. First of all, two things. I got to go country, right? That's my roots. To react versus to respond, right? So most of us, especially people like me, right? I'm a people person. I love to help people, but I also have to guard that. So when something happens, you just have to make a pact and a value system that says to yourself, I will not react. Because if you ever went fishing and you throw the fish back after he bit the hook and he just keeps you swear you got the same fish over and over again. And that's a reactionary type of process. Response means, hey, and here's the key words: look within. See, instead of saying, why does this happen? Why did this people do this? Why did that? You got to say, hey, what did I do to foster this? What role did I play? No, this may have not happened this way if I had done X. So it's a personal responsibility that I have been on this journey of fostering that growth and to look at things, to understand how do you love people, but then do things that they may not appreciate, right? So it's the same mindset that we use to cultivate this massive positivity, to make this pack work when otherwise it really shouldn't. It really nothing like it. It's the same thing, the same mindset that safeguards it. So it's kind of like planting a tomato plant in the desert, right? If you create such a positive, such cohesion, shared vision, everybody's on board, then the two or three that may not be, or five or whatever, it's not bad or good. It's just like saying I have eagles and penguins. Well, look, we're both important, but I don't have anything in common with a flightless bird living in the Arctic, right? And so when you look at things objectively mission based, and you always put your best foot forward and try your best. Now, how others and the outcomes, we can't control that. So in leadership, I think everybody's a leader. Most people are leading something, right? Household or something. Just look at this objectively and take out the emotions and ego. Go cry if you need to cry. Go get over that. Vent to a friend, but don't make a decision in action, especially in public, until you get centered. Right? Self care. That's the things that I'm learning right now, and I'm learning it because I'm surrounded by amazing coaches and brilliant people in the hounds. And so I have become a better man because of the people around me. And that's what the Hounds has to offer. Heart-centered people who care about you and look for you. Because when we help each other, I help you, and guess what you do? Now I'm on your show, and guess what I'm going to do? And it's not because we're keeping score, because good people reciprocate. Business people who celebrate relationships reciprocates, reciprocity. And so we're having this match right now. I'm going to try to boost you again. And we're reaching back and taking people with us with the Hounds of Business. That's the redneck Camelot that I had visioned years ago. And that's what all the amazing talents and heart that all of you guys has made it a reality. And I'm just humbled beyond belief. Thank you. Thank you for this too, CJ.
I love that. Yeah, we have amazing people um, in this show because we want to amplify our message. So I wanted to put it out there when I talk about, hey, we need to monetize, we need money to run things. Everything costs. This show costs money, right? Because it's airtime. And I'm willing to put my pocket where it needs to be because it's an investment. And I look at an investment as a long term investment, not just, oh, I'm going to get things done now today. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as people. There are people that are only good for a reason, for that moment to get you out of the hump. And there are people that is good for a season after another. And there's also friends that are there for a lifetime. There's always going to be turmoil in some capacity or not. Some are forgivable, some aren't. And I think the difference, and I've analyzed this, right? The difference is how you react to things, right? Because it's a snowball, like, oh, you did this, I'm going to do this. But I think if we give and focus on a positive things that we're doing rather than the negative things that we're doing, positive energy comes to your life more, right? It's because now your intentions, your heart, your focus, your alignment, your juju, it's like, yes, I want this to happen. I want to amplify my message. I want to write a book. I want to be on TV. I want to be on a radio station. I want to be on MP3. And you're like, CJ, calm down. I was like, sorry, that's my ADHD. That's just me. I'm
Me
sorry.
too.
And then the thing is, what you have to learn, if you don't already know me, is when I say it, I will find a way to get it done.
Oh yeah.
Because that's just who I am. When I got my doctorate, I'm not a PhD, I'm a DBA. And you're like, what is that? Doing business as? No, it's a doctorate in business administration. I'm not saying we're better than PhDs. I'm not saying that at all. Nothing at all. We do the same research. The only thing is we want to test the research in real life if it works. That's who I am. I want to test this theory. I want to put it out there and then tell me, CJ, that doesn't work. Oh, CJ, that works. That's what I'm passionate about, is helping people. So when I elevate Level Up Academy and the people who are in Level Up Academy, and then putting it on the Hounds of Business, it's even bigger, right? Because now we're going global. Because guess what? There's 8 billion people, right? And we need to amplify our message as much as we can. And that is why I want to be a publicity hub, because I have a knack for it, apparently. And so I'm like, oh, because a year ago, I wasn't thinking that. I'm just an educator. I want to educate people. And I have 11,000 students for a long time. It's been 11 years, right? And now I'm like, oh, I have a knack for it. Why not help people amplify their message in a global scale? That's what I want to do. But now that we're actually working and collaborating between Hounds of Business, Level Up Academy, and other organization. And by the way, Scott is here, and Grant, thank you for yesterday. I wanted to ask you, what are some of the things that's percolating in your brain right now, or just want to manifest by the end of 2024? This is more of a vision board, except it's now here on TV, on what you want to accomplish in 2024. Let's put it out there.
Yeah, and that's interesting you say that, and I agree with what you're saying. And again, you know, people pushing me up, helping me level up, and that's what I would have been 5 years behind right now if I didn't have you and all these amazing people helping me. So here's what I'm going to finally say, first time on a TV show publicly. The Hounds, remember, we all kind of centered around LinkedIn, and that was our center hub of how we met. And that's been the hub of the Hounds. Well, now the Hounds is transitioning and transforming even more because uh, LinkedIn and social is just a spoke in a much larger hub. So here's where we're going, and we're already heading that way. We're just being smart about it and structured. We want to become an international business hub, right? In a resource bank. It doesn't matter where you're at in the spectrum. You could be still working that job you hate. You could be part-time and lost, or you can be 10 million a year and want to go to 20. It doesn't matter where you're at in your definition of success. That and now I'll give you a sneak peek. Publicity Hub, uh, Welcome Wagon is rolling out. We've got networking events. We have some of the just amazing, successful, big-hearted people coming in just to do presentations for free, just to boost all the boats. And this is possible because of the people, right? They own the Hounds, right? And they have contributions to the Hounds. And this is what we're talking about. So it takes away the stranger danger. Again, it's some. I'll give you an example. You want an example? I'll give you why the Hounds and how you interact with it. So, someone I respect tremendously, she said, I'm not quite sure about affiliate marketing, for example, and we talked about that. We talked about, look, someone's going to get paid. It might as well be the most trustworthy person with the best solution. That's the key of business, right? So I said, maybe it's not the affiliate marketing. Maybe it's the dishonest way it's been done. And if we can restore the integrity back into that, would you reconsider it? Well, I was shocked. She said, "Oh, kind of like a checkmate chessboard," because and I love that in the Hounds because they help us reframe things that we never seen. I helped her see a different angle, right? So 6 weeks later, guess what? Oh yeah, hey, by the way, I'm going to do this, but how should I do it? And that's what I mean. We are always pushing each other up into the next level because this lady did the same thing for me. And here's how I gave her a referral. Of another friend of mine, she called me, had a story, and I shared my story, my experience with this lady. And guess what she said? Oh gosh, can you introduce us like now? Because I need that kind of support. I want to see her. So this is a natural, organic process. We're not sitting around. All we're doing is creating the ecosystem and making these things more clear and more easy to utilize. But we're not forcing, and we're not people and things. We're letting people's hearts, passions, and skill sets be spotlighted. It's a different approach. It's like I don't go out there and look for a topic and then find people for my show. I go find amazing people and build a show around them. That's how we did the Hounds. That makes sense. Business leaders, there's lots of business leaders here. Sound off on that. I would love to know what you think.
Yeah, I love that. For me, I actually, I'm very structured. If you guys don't know already, I like to see everything in action because in my brain, if you give me a problem, I put your solutions in folders in my head. Like imagine if you have a filing folders, that's my brain. I'm like, oh, what he said is going to be on this folder. What this said, with it, and I see it literally in my head. It might be an ADHD thing. I don't know, but it is. That's how I find solutions. I'm like, oh, I've seen this one before, and it's because, and the reason that I love teaching, it's because my students are like Master Chief, Captain of the Navy, Master Chief, U.S. Marine. Like these are like high level people that are in my classes, right? That are trying to get MBA or doctorate. I get neurosurgeons and MIT and Harvard people in my team that I learned so much from, and I pick in their smart brain. And I was like, wow. And in order for me to be smart, I got to surround myself with smart people, so I can get smarter, right? It's like, okay, I'm right here. I really want this people. So what I do, I
Especially when you're
surround
me.
myself with smart people. So I'm like,
Right.
yes, I'm so dumb right now. Just tell me, give me information. Like I love learning. And
Right.
I realized the more I know, the more I feel stupid. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I didn't know about that. Now I feel stupid. And my daughter's like, Mom, you can't know everything. It's just not possible. I'm like, but I should have known that. And she's like, no, you shouldn't have. You don't do brain surgery. How the heck would you know that? And I was like, oh,
Right.
right. You're right. You're right. So now I'm taking psychology because I want to take it, my coach practitioner license. I wanted to take my cognitive behavior therapy coach practitioner. I have that. I wanted to take it to the next level. So now I'm getting another degree in psychology for business leaders. It's called industrial
Yes.
and organizational psychology because I want to help business leaders lead with happy people. There's a lot of people who are leaving organizations because it's no longer safe for us to work in corporations. You could get let go at any time, anywhere. And that's why there's business people, right? And that's why Hounds of Business is perfect because we have a lot of entrepreneurs and we have a lot of people who work in corporate. We have lawyers, book, publisher. I mean, I'm not even scratching pharmacist, right? Language. I'm like,
Oh,
we have everything. What else do you need? We got people. But the most thing that
like a
I'm
buffet.
excited about is you filter heart centered people, right? If I feel like some of the people that are it not heart centered, I want to get to know more because I don't see everything, but I want to give them a chance to get to know them and say, hey, you know, what is that all about? And why is this people doing this? And, I want to know. And Scott, there's a great video on this folder concept and how the male female brain work. Female brain will interlink all these folders together. Male brain will file it away independently. Yeah, but I see it like, wow, okay. So when someone talks to me, when I do coaching or mentorship, when they give me a problem, I write it and then boom, so automatically, like imagine my head just going, and then it's just on folders and I can interlink folders. I'm like, I have a solution for you in 10 minutes. I have a solution for you. And you're like, how? And I was like, my brain works. And when it comes to reading, guys, I have 600 students. Each student's homework assignment is about 60 pages, and I have 2 days to read 60 pages and 600 students. Why do you think I'm a fast reader? And I've been doing that for 11 years. So when I do
You've
edit your
wrote more.
paper, I'm quick because I've seen it.
You've wrote more books than I've read. Maybe I'm trying to catch up. I got a Ville too helping me. So, uh, yeah, I agree. I love it.
Well, what do you think about what are some of the things within the community to get engagement, right? Because people build community, they lack engagement. What are some of the things that you are doing to increase engagement in communities?
Finding out what this person needs. That's where it starts. I don't like cookie cutter stuff. I hate cookie cutter stuff. I, Everything should be customized, and the only way to get to that is to have conversations. Again, create the conditions that you get to know somebody, and then you fit them in. So I'll give you an example. We've got one amazing lady that helps people buy businesses. Right? They want a business, but they have an obstacle. How do I fund it? Well, then we have another guy who helps people exit and sell businesses. And now I've got a third guy, hopefully they're watching because it's a surprise, who comes in to help with the lending and credit necessary for the physical, equipment. Well, think about this. They're not competing. In fact, they're probably every single day or week, they're meeting people that each other could use, right? Like, hey, I came to you to buy a business. Well, I don't do that. So what we do is we create this rooms and ecosystems and all these structures that will make it easy for them to go, hey, and by the way, establishing know, like, and trust, right? The organic way, because otherwise you're hunting for sales, hunting one at a time. It's much better to take the long approach. So the Hounds is creating the conditions and the attitude that allows people to come in, right? To get to know you. And when they say, I have that solution, I need that solution, who are they going to hire? Some rando they don't know, or someone who's had their back, helping them boost their social engagement, helping them can make connections, helping them with their what's in between their ears, right? With their personal struggles as growth. That's how we've done it. And again, we don't sit around and say, well, just sit around and whine and be who you are. Be who you are, but strive to become your best self. I think, that's when the attitude of coachability and the attitude uh, shifts from, I want to be better to I'm okay as is. I think that's where it gets challenging as a community and leader. But again, just like billion-dollar organizations, they go through growth cycles. We go through seasons, winter, spring, economic cycles. And so all the leaders out there, because there's some top level, leaders who are creating and startups, and I see them out here. Just remember, your job isn't to just appease everyone. Your job is to steer this ship into the direction, vision, and mission that it was born to be. So you're going to have to do some stuff that you don't like to do. And you can't control outcomes. That's one of the things I have been learning is, hey, outcomes are out of your control. But when you stay core and examine yourself and your values, and you make sure that the folks around you that get it, that's what you need, because it's the mission. It's the life changing. seriously, life-changing things that we have done and will do on a much we've helped a handful of people, maybe 100 people. We want to help millions, and that's going to require me to grow because the man I am today is not going to lead a 10 million, subscriber platform, right? As in the Hounds. That's so keep your attitude one of curiosity, childlike curiosity, and a scientist doing an experiment. Give yourself grace as a leader. Um, demonstrate what you want others to be fundamentally. We have different personalities, but the foundational heart of who we are should never change. And if it does, look, sometimes people go, but then they come back. So never burn bridges as much as possible and always look for opportunity. So let's say I'm working with somebody and it doesn't really align. That's okay. Just go let them do they're on their own journey. You have other people to work with and you'll be surprised of how many times 3 months down the road you all come back and boom, right? So just lead from the heart, center your values, and give yourself some grace because you don't control the universe. And that's what I've learned. That was a very humbling experience for me that I'm being vulnerable because I want others to not go through that as hard as I did. Right? Does that make sense?
A lot of sense. You know what's funny is it's so hard to steer 20 people, actually 15 people, then my 2,000 employees. It was I was so confused for a moment when I had some issues with 15 people versus 2,000 employees. And really, the heart of it is culture, right? And I teach this also. Culture will eat your strategy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you do not understand the culture of the organization, you are dead. Because there's so many nuances and so many personalities and everything mixed into one, and then problems at home, problems with friendship, problems with financial, I mean the list could go on, right? And you're mixing all that. It's like, think of a hamburger, and each of those seasons that you have, you add salt and pepper and onions and garlic, and then you put cinnamon. Ooh, who eats cinnamon on a hamburger? Like, and then you put ketchup and you put mustard in that hamburger, to put in there, and then you put, like, I don't know, soy sauce, something
Switch.
weird in there, right? Who eats burger like that? That's our life, though. That's our
Right.
life. You mix all this thing, you're like, okay, I'm gonna vomit now, I can't even take this. It's like that. Make it into a visual, like having a hamburger with all soy sauce and like ketchup and mustard, and oh, put ranch in there. Who eats ranch? Ooh, and blue cheese. No, you just add bacon, I'm good. Like, but that's the thing, is think of that food as your appetite of your life. You got to take out seasoning that you don't need so you can enjoy the dang burger. Okay? That's all. It's the same thing with your life. If you don't enjoy your life, take out the unnecessary seasoning that you really do not need, that spice in your life, for real. Take it out, because you have control over what you put in your brain and what you actually do in your daily life. That is the control that you want. If you want to visualize it, I know you are visual learners out there. Take that burger seasoning that you don't need out of your life so you can actually look at it as appetizing. And I also wanted to shout out to Ollie. He's always amazing over here. And Scott, thank you so much for being here. And also Dr. New and Danielle and Kinga. Kinga's going to be also in our book. So thank you so much. Now we're ending because we have an airtime. This actually ends earlier. I want to get a golden nugget from you on what to look forward to if someone was thinking, what is the Hounds of Business about? What is something that they can look forward to other than having me and everybody else who's in this YouTube right now, and you? What are some of the things that we're actually working on that they should be excited about?
Yeah. Look, it's not a cult. It's not a prison. Don't the door's not locked from the outside. Think of the Hounds as a buffet. You can have all, none, some, come back later. There's a steak side. There's a vegan side. Listen, the point is that we want people who, even if you fit in somewhere, but you just crave that human connect. You want to just be yourself and move forward. You want to be enabled. We share resources. We share a lot. And so, like, the live stream co-op is something that we're creating, right? Good for me and good for the handful of us who are killing it. But what about those who don't know how, lack the resources, etc.? So we're pulling resources because all boats rise in that when we do that. And so what we're trying to do is I mean, I feel like Jeff Bezos running Amazon by himself. That's how I feel right now. It's like, oh my goodness, like I need, and these people are just like, hey, we're here, you know. And so connecting people with their passion, like Oli and D and Dr. New, we're going to have networking events. We have some of the, again, successful people from the ground up, people who just built it by sheer willpower, no advantages, pretty much like us, right? And they are going to come and share free information to the hounds. It's unbelievable. We have folks that are just, you know, doing things behind the scenes. It's just indescribable. So there's so many things that we're doing, but I think it's the heart-centered way, the integrity that we're striving to maintain. It's like this. People expect me to say I'm great. They don't expect all of these amazing folks from all these different backgrounds, industries to say that. And that's what I spend my time on. How can I help people like Dr. New? How can I go out there and shine my light and help people who share my vision, share my passion and values? And guess what? Here's what I didn't know. The right people are like big reflector plates, right? That when that spotlight goes on them, I didn't realize it would come back 100-fold. Blinding, right? I had to get glasses, dadgummit. So when that happens, that's how we do things. And you say, well, what if I love on somebody or help them and they don't reciprocate? Give them grace, try again next month, and go find the other hundreds of people that are aligned at the moment. And that's, again, it's all attraction. We don't dog catch here. We bug zap. When you chase stuff don't want to be caught, what's it do? It runs away quicker. When you do things that attracts people to your mission and your vision and all these things, then there's no fight. Your energy is reserved because you're attracting the right people and resources, and then you can work together as a unit. All right. So this redneck Camelot, guys, if it sounds corny, it might be, but here's my call to you. DM me, reach out to me, send me a carrier pigeon. I don't care. Just reach out, get the information, test it out. If it's not for you, I will send you somewhere else. There's communities out there that are great, different, and I will hook you up with them. Maybe you're a cat, not a dog, not a hound, right? I will hook you up with a cat, you know, litter or whatever you call it. So I just want people to get unstuck. You have amazing gifts. Look who you're talking to. Courage before confidence. We're going to change millions of lives. And it all started with a scared guy putting on a camo hat and hoping nobody laughed at it. That's what we're about. Get things done. Just come and check it out for yourself, guys. That's all I got to say. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, I love it.
What?
Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you. Wait for me in the green room and I will be right there. All right.
You got it.
Thanks, Mike. All right, guys, that was amazing, right? Thank you guys so much for being here. And down below is Mike's. I've been putting it in for LinkedIn in case you guys wanted to check it out. But I have a video that I'll be putting on TikTok. And I want you guys to follow this story. And I don't know if you can guess who the story is all about, or maybe not. And I'll put it out today as soon as I'm done with this, talk to Mike, and then take the dog out, and I'll put the story on TikTok. If you're not already in there, I like to be silly and have fun. But if you are not part of Level Up Academy's circle, let me know. I'm also putting it out there that I'm going to put it for the hounds. If you're not in the hounds, you better be. Maybe I'll put like a airtime show for you guys. I do a monthly and a premium, but if you don't want to be on TV, or if you don't want to be on my MP3, because that's more work for you guys, and you just want to be on TV, I will see what I can do for getting you airtime, because my job is to amplify your message. And I know that sometimes right now everything is kind of expensive, but I want to make sure that we can amplify as much as we can. So we will see you guys next week. I believe Tuesday I might have Mike King. I will have a special show on MLK, and Mike King will be there. And just FYI, I might pray for me, a radio show soon. Then I will manifest all my lists to be a publicity hub. Love you guys. Bye, everybody. Have good vibes today. Happy. Bye.